Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Through you to the members, I rise in unequivocal support of H4930. Like many of you, I stand in front of you full of emotions today. First, I want to thank the Speaker, the gentleman from the North End and the gentleman from Stoneham and their teams for their hard work on this very vital and timely bill. I also want to thank my colleagues who have worked fiercely in defending and advancing human rights and civil rights through the years. Additionally, I want to thank all the advocates for your strong advocacy, your input, and your extreme diligence in helping us craft policy that ensures equality for all. Massachusetts is a national model in protecting reproductive freedom and supporting the LGBTQIA community. Following the Supreme Court's disastrous Dobbs decision, people in many other states are having their reproductive rights stripped away and turning to Massachusetts for their health care needs. We're also seeing other states attacking the rights of transgender and non-binary people. Seeing these terrifying trends across the country, I am extremely honored to stand with you here today to make it very clear. Massachusetts stands with our LGBTQIA+ community in fighting homophobia and transphobia. It is truly a privilege to be a part of this legislative body that is committed to ensuring stronger protections for patients and providers of safe, legal abortion services and increasing access to reproductive and gender-affirming health care in our great Commonwealth. Since 1973, access to abortion care has been recognized as a constitutional right. This past week, the Supreme Court took that right away, the first time ever that the court has removed a right from the majority of the population. As many of you know, my family and I immigrated to the United States from a communist country to come here to America, the home of the free. It is bitter irony that as of this Supreme Court ruling, women in the United States will be less free than in Vietnam, where abortion for any reason is legal. People in America grew up believing in our freedom, our independence, our ability to control what happens to our bodies. We grew up learning that America is a country that values freedom and liberty, and now we see that freedom denied for more than half of the population. And who will be affected most by this extreme Supreme Court decision? Not people with means who can still end their pregnancies by traveling to a different state or country. It's people without means who carry the most risk of serious harm from having no access to abortion. The poor, the people of color, people from the LGBTQ community, and people with disabilities. Vulnerable populations that need the most help. And I agree with all the other speakers today, and I'm just so proud and so heartened to hear such support for today's bill. But I think we all agree, as elected officials, we have no place in making personal medical decisions for others. People should have the right to make decisions about their own medical care. If a pregnant person wants to carry a baby to term, they should have that right. And if they want to or need to terminate the pregnancy, they should have that right as well. I trust women and I trust medical providers to help their patients make the best decisions for their individual situations. This is why in Massachusetts, we codified reproductive rights this past session in 2020. But this bill is the next step to codify our freedom here in the Commonwealth and to protect not only the patients seeking abortion care, but the dedicated medical professionals who provide that care. Our doctors and our nurses are under attack in other parts of the country for simply doing their jobs, providing medical care. We as a state must support their work to provide the best possible care. We must protect and uplift the professionals who provide safe and legal services to the people who so desperately need them. We cannot allow other states to reach into our borders and go after our doctors, our nurses, and volunteers for providing lawful care here in Massachusetts. One of the most important provisions of this bill is the requirement that abortion care and related services are completely covered by health insurance with no shared costs, including copays and deductibles. Too often, access to essential medical care is dependent on one's financial situation. This bill provides much-needed equity for patients of every income level to access the care that they need. In closing, the decision of when, whether, or how to have a child is deeply personal and should not involve the government. Abortion is healthcare. It must be safe, legal, accessible, and affordable to all. Today, I'm extremely proud to be here to vote on this monumental bill that affirms our commitment to treating women and transgender and non-binary individuals as whole human beings with full rights. I urge my colleagues to vote in favor of H4930. Thank you very much.